Hi first graders, we are moving on to lesson 2.13. Today we're going to be working with generating subtraction problems. Before we do that, we're going to get started with some quick practice. We're going to be working with +1 or -1. Now when we do +1, it's the number that is after the number being added to, and when we do -1, it's the number that comes before the number that we're working with. So let's try these out really quick. See if you can figure them out before I write them. 6 plus 1. Well, what's the number that comes after 6? 7. 1 plus 3. What's the number that comes after 3? 4. Now we're moving on to -1. So what is the number that is before 10 when we're counting? What do we say before we say 10? 10 take away 1 is 9. Now how about 4 take away 1? The number that is before 1. I'm sorry, the number that is before 4. It's 3. Good job. All right, on to our main task of the day of making those subtraction equations. We're going to read these story problems and see if we can figure out the subtraction equation based on the words. Our story problem says 7 monkeys are swinging in a tree. Then 4 of them leave. Now there are 3 monkeys swinging. Okay, we know that it's going to be subtraction because the monkeys are leaving. It's like we're taking them away. Okay, so we are going to use our circles here to make a circle drawing, a proof drawing, to prove if this is correct or not. So if this is true or false. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. That's how many monkeys were in the tree at first. Now 4 of them are going to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw your break apart. They're leaving, so we're going to cross them out. 1, 2, 3 monkeys are left swinging. Yep, that's true. That's what our equation said. So we're going to write what we had. So we started with 7. Then 4 of the monkeys left. Now there are 3 monkeys left swinging. So here's our equation. Here is our proof drawing. And our label would be monkeys, right? There are 3 monkeys swinging. Let's try another one. There are 10 clouds in the sky. Then 7 of them blow away. Now there are 3 clouds. Okay? So we need to start with how many clouds in the sky? 10. Okay. Hopefully I can do this fast. Okay, here's our 10 clouds that we're going to start with. How many of them blow away? 7, so let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw the break apart. They're blowing away. We're subtracting them. Cross them out. Now there are 3 clouds. Yep, that's just what our story problem said. Let's write our equation. So we have to start with the total amount of clouds that we had to begin with, which was 10. And we read in the problem that 7 of them blew away, so -7 equals, how many clouds did we have left? 3. 10 minus 7 equals 3. 3 clouds. Okay, let's try another one. There are 9 ducks in the pond, then 5 of them fly away. This time we have to figure out how many ducks are left, and we have to make sure our answer is reasonable. So I'm going to talk to you about that more in a second, but first, let's get those ducks on the pond. So we need 9 of them. Okay, here's our 9 ducks. Then 5 of them fly away. We have to use the words that we're reading to help us determine if we would be adding or subtracting. Since we know that they're flying away, we know that we're subtracting, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're crossing them out because they're flying away. Now we have to figure out how many ducks are left. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to decide if this answer is reasonable. So let's write our equation and then talk about it. So we had 9 ducks on the pond. We subtracted 5 of them, and we were left with 4. So let's think, is our answer reasonable? Meaning, does that make sense? I think most of you right now are thinking, yes, that does make sense. What if I told you that there were 8 ducks left? Would that be a reasonable answer? No, because that would only be taking away 1 duck, and we read in the problem that 5 of the ducks flew away. So we have to double check when we're doing our work. Is our answer reasonable? Does it make sense? Very good. If you could, while you're at home, or if you're in class with me, try to make a situation of your own. So think about something that you know or something that you like, and then do like a takeaway. So of course I would use like pizza. So I would say Mrs. Badalamenti had 8 slices of pizza. She ate 4 of them. How many pieces are left? Okay, so see if you can come up with a story problem like that. The next thing we're going to do is discuss these different types of equations. I want you to see here in these equations if there's anything that you can notice. Here I see 8 minus 3 equals 5. And in this equation I see 8 minus 5 equals 3. What do you see? I can see that both of these equations are using the same numbers. So 8 is the total, like 8 would be on the top of the math mountain, and 3 and 5 are the partners. Can you see that? Let's check it out in the next section. We have 9 minus 7 equals 2, and we have 2 is equal to 9 minus 7. Now it's okay that this is flipped around. Okay, I know that this is on the other side of the equal sign and that might freak you out, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. We still would work from right to left, saying 9, take away 7. Okay? Same answer though. Oops, just trying to get to my next slide. There we go. Okay, so another part of your workbook page today talks about true and false equations. We've already done some work with this, but we're going to continue to practice because the more we practice, the easier it will be for us. So, is this equation true, and why? 8 minus 3 is equal to 8 minus 3. Is that true? Yes, it is true because those equations are identical. They're exactly the same. They give us exactly the same answer, which would be 5. Now let's talk about this equation. Is this true? And why? We have 8 take away 3 equal to 7 minus 2. Now you might notice this time that the equations are not identical. However, they do give you the same answer. What's the answer that they both give? Remember, it's okay to use your fingers to figure this out. I came up with 5 is equal to 5. Is that true? Is 5 the same as 5? Yes, it is. So these are both true equations. All right, let's get to our workbook really quickly. I'm going to do some of these with you. You're going to do some of them by yourself, and then you're going to have a quick quiz and a fluency check. Please put your name on the top of your paper. Today we're going to write the equations for the story problems and draw circles to prove if the equation is true or false. For number 1, there are 8 people at the party. Then 2 people leave. Now there are 6 people at the party. All right, let's write the equation and draw the picture. So let's get started with drawing the picture first. You need 8 circles to start with, so go ahead and put those 8 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 2 people leave. 1, 2. Cross them off. Let's see if our equation would be true with there being 6 people left at the party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's true. So let's write our equation. We started with 8 people. Then 2 of them left, which would be minus 2, equals 6 people left over. Number 2. There are 6 cups on the table. Tim puts 3 cups in the dishwasher. Now there are 2 cups on the table. We have to draw our picture, write our equation, and find out if it is true or false. Alright, so let's go ahead and write those 6 cups. I'm going to do my best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now Tim is going to put 3 of those in the dishwasher, so we're going to subtract those 1, 2, 3, break it apart, cross it off. Our story problem says now there are 2 cups on the table, but in our proof drawing I see 1, 2, 3 cups on the table. Let's write our equation. 6 minus 3 equals 2? I don't think so. 6 take away 3 is equal to 3, so we need to draw a line through our equal sign, meaning 6 minus 3 is not equal to 2. This one is false. Okay. Why don't you try number 3, and then I will meet you on the next page. All right, now that you're done with that other side, we're going to circle if the equation is true or false. So you're going to be circling one of these words and then drawing to explain your answer, making a proof drawing basically. So here we have 9 minus 4 and 7 minus 1. So we have 9 minus 4. What does that equal to? 5. And we have 7 minus 1. What's the number that comes before 7? 6. Is 5 the same as 6? Nope, that's false. So circle the word false. Then friends, you would draw 5 circles, and then in the middle you would put the not equal sign, and then 6 circles. So it would be 5 circles are not equal to 6 circles. Let's do another one. 6 minus 3 equals 8 minus 5. Let's find out if that's true. So 6 take away 3 is 3, and 8 take away 5 is also 3. So is 3 equal to 3? Yes, it is. That's true. So here you would draw 3 circles are equal to 3 circles. All right, you can do 6, 7, 8, 9 by yourself. And then check for understanding, make a circle drawing to show 9 minus 6 equals an unknown. Okay, so you start off with 9, count 6 of them, draw the break apart, cross it off, and count what's left over. After you finish that, friends, remember there's no homework today. I just want you to do the quick quiz, and that is found on page 79. And this is very similar to things that you've been doing in the past. Okay, read the story problems, write how many there are left, and use these pictures to help you. Okay, once you finish that, post that onto Class Dojo, and then you can do your fluency check number 3. Remember, there's no homework today, so this is kind of like your homework. Here, notice that all the signs are subtracting, so everything here is taking away. All right. I will look forward to seeing that posted on Dojo, and I will talk to you friends soon. Thanks.